Greetings, everybody. This is Moses from LPS Live Network. In this video, I'm going to show you the Microsoft Access Time Manager that I worked on under Native Solutions. Before I go any further, I want to say thank you to Dr. Chris, who is the Chancellor for Ambassador International University. He taught me greatly on how to make programs in Microsoft Access. And I also want to thank you to Kondan Mushali, who is the leader of Native Solutions in Malawi. I worked on this program under his company, and he allowed me to publicize this program so that others may use it. Okay. If you are the person who owns a school and you want to track the time of the teachers, this program is for you. And if you are someone who has workers and you want to track the time for your workers, this program is for you. There are two versions for this program. And the first version is for just for users who have no knowledge about programming and they just want to get the program and use it. The second version is for those who may want to incorporate the program in their projects. And the link for both these versions is going to be found in the description below. All right, so this is the login form that shows up when you run the program. So what we have so far here, we have the username, the password, and we have the login button, and also we have the forgot password. So if you forgot your password, the form that is going to show up when you click here has got some instructions. That is how to recover your login password. For a new user, and this is what you need to follow, and for the admin, this is what you need to follow. And so, okay, so but if you remember your password, take for instance you are the default SDS, and then your password is 1234. What will happen is that when you click on login, then you'll be in. Once you're in here, you'll notice that your name is going to appear here. And as we logged in using the default SDS, so this is what shows up here. And you notice that the dashboard is user-friendly. We have some few things that we need to go through. So we have the report section here, and we have the staff form. When you click on that icon, it's going to show the list of staff that are available, or the people that are in the system are going to show up here. And when you click on the log or the register form, what you see here is that it's going to show you the people that are active, which means the people that have not yet signed out. So far, the default SDS is still active, and also our work is still active here. And that's the reason why when you come here, we have two people that are still active. All right, and then we have the refresh button here. When you click on it, it's going to refresh the system. And then we have the settings button there that will take us to the setting form. And so to clock in, once you have logged in into the program and you want to clock in, so you come to this button, you click on it, then you submit. All right, so you will notice that when we click on this person here, it's going to give us a warning. And this warning says, please make sure to select your name, which means no active user will be able to clock out other people that have not logged into the system. So only the person whose name shows up here will be able to clock one step out. That's how the system works. So here we're only allowed to click our own name, and then you'll notice that the clocking is going to be disabled. What is going on here is that teacher's just there to help the user to know that they just need to clock out and then submit. All right, all clear. That is, they can clear the data there, and also they can go back and click on their name again, and then we're going to clock out now. So it shows that we have worked for 10 hours and some minutes there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna submit. So you'll notice that the time automatically shows up here. How many hours the person works, these are the hours. Let's talk about the function of this date range here. What this does is that these two, they work together. If we want to show specifically the information for the day, just the information for the day. So we're going to change this date maybe just to the day, and also this one to the day, and we refresh. So what we're going to have is just that. So that's just the information that is going to show. But if you want to show the information for this person, like maybe from January to today, we'll be able to see that information that side. So that's a function of these two text box here, which contains some dates in them. They work in connection with that. Okay. At the same time, also these two things, these two text box, they also control how you make a report for that person. So you notice that here it is 6, and when you go to report, also 6 there, and likewise there, which is today's date. So when we click on the preview report, it's going to get automatically the name of the person who was logged in and show the information for that person. So just to confirm, you'll notice that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And also this one is showing, the last one is showing as active. It's showing checked because we just clocked in. We find that the information that is showing up on the report is almost exactly as this one, except that here there's no that active checkbox. Okay, so that's the use of these two text box here. Okay, so let's work on the report section. So you'll notice that here we have two parts. So we have where we can preview a specific person, the report for that specific person, and to be able to see the information for that person. Here we are able to see the information, the cumulative log report sets containing all the data for every person who has logged in. So by using this table, or using this report, you're actually looking at what is going on in the table that is holding the data for those who clock in. So that's what is going on there. So you just have two reports here. If you have other suggestions concerning other kinds of reports that you think they are important, let me know in the comment section. So how can we change this information? Now, to change this information, we need to go to the settings, and then we go to organization information. And then when we are here, change the information, put the information that is right, about us. And then when you refresh, you're gonna notice that automatically it's gonna show up there. Okay, that's how we change this information. All right, let us go now to the settings and look at what is involved there. Now, the first thing that you're going to see when we come to the settings is the login security. Now, this function is amazing, and the reason why I worked on these login functions is to give people a chance to choose whichever function works well for them. Now, I recommended the first one because at least it makes the security or the level of security a little bit advanced than other login functions. Okay, so the first function, what happens is that when we go back to our login form, when we say forgot password, what's going to happen is just going to give us this form where the person is asked to talk to the admin to help them with the login information. Now, the admin has got some information that is very important, that is found in the recovery codes. So there are some universal codes. They're called universal codes, yes, because they can work for every user. So if the person forgot the password, the admin can just get those recovery codes and then just put them in the password area and click the login button, and that will be through. Okay, so this is what happens. This is what happens with this form. It just gives instruction to the user that you need to ask for the password. Ask for the password from the admin. Okay. Now there are some other things that are involved. If we check, if we are to check user change password only, I also like this one. What will happen is that the user will be able to change the password only. So there'll be another form that is going to show up, and that is change password only. Okay, so the person can change their password here and check themselves, remember, and they'll be able to every time they select themselves, if the person checks, remember, every time he or she selects his or her name in the username, the password is automatically going to come. So that's what this does. Let's check ourselves there, and let's do that. Select default, find that the password usually automatically comes. Okay, so that's what that does. All right, what about change password for all? So what this one does is that it gives the user the ability to change the passwords not only for oneself but also for others. So if you want to use that, you're free to do that. So you have the possibility of doing that. So if you say forgot passwords, what happens is that you have the list of users here, and you can change the password for any of those guys. And for example, let's say, okay, it's default, let's change 1, 2, 5, Let's say 1, 2. Let's just make it long. What happens is going to say, please check your password. And if we say 5, and then it's going to say password renewed. Okay, and then it's going to bring us this side. So when we click on it, now what will happen is that now the password is 1, 2, 3, 5. Let's just say 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, so that's what is going on there. Now the last function is not for the login. And the last function is not for the login. So I'm going to go back first to, I'm just going to go back to this one which I recommended. All right, so the last function is not for the login form, but it is for the setting area. This is for this form, and that's why I called it settings security. So what happens here is that when we pick this, it's going to put a login security for this one. Okay, so and then you notice that there's a button that's going to show up, say set password. So we can set our password. Okay, just 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. Then when we close this one, when we want to go back to the settings, it's going to bring this admin security small form, and it will require us to put a password. So if you say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then log in, then that's when this shows up. Okay. Now I think this is very important because it is important for the admin to be able to limit some things to the users, especially when it comes to things like this kind of information where you are collecting the data for people that are working in your organization, or maybe the teachers that are teaching at your school. So you want to limit some things. Okay. Now let me close this and show you why that is very important. So when you come on the log, on the register or the log form, you will notice that there's a button which says click to clear the log table. So if you click on this tab, on this button, it's going to clear the log table, and you don't want people to easily do that. So what happens here is that this button is disabled, and the only way a person can enable this, the person has to go to settings and enable that. So how do you enable that? So you go to settings, password, okay, and then you come on logs, and here you can enable it. If you are the admin, you can come and enable it so that you are able to carry out the process of deleting that information. So you notice that when we go back here, now we are able to do that. Do you want to do it to clear your log table? For now, no, we don't want to do that. Okay, that's the reason why the admin security, I think, is very important in this program. But if you don't want that, you are always free to come and disable it or uncheck it. Okay, so how do you add a new user, or how do you edit the information of the users that you have? You come in the settings area, you look for edit user information, and you'll be able to edit your users and also their passwords. And for easy login, check remember to true for your users. So you can check all these guys to true so that your users don't have to struggle about thinking about what was my password. Was 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe Was it having some characters in it? So you can help them out. By the way, this password area can receive different kind of characters. So you can have kind of stuff like that. You still be able to log in. So we have that as our password. Let's close and log out, and be able to go there, log in, same so it works. All right, so let's go back there. And if we want to add a new user, we click on this button, add new user. And then maybe we want to say touch. So I'm creating. All right, we close that. So that's how we add a new user. Now, when you've noticed that the person that we have added is not showing up here, how does that? How are we going to see that the person is there? So we can just click here, and the person is going to show up there. Or what happens, just close the form and then go back to the settings, and then you'll be able to find the person there. That's how that works. Okay, so far we have covered the features that are involved with this time manager. If you find this program interesting, that is very useful, you are free to download it at officelive.com. And if you have some interesting thought concerning the program, you can leave your comment in the comment section below. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and God bless.